Okay, sorry about that. OJ is messing me up. Hey, unfortunately, Christina said she's lurking. Sophia just gifted 5 Crime Lines and Lies memberships. What is going on here? I'm trying to use my camera like a Katie Couric, but I've been really wanting to talk about this for quite some time, but this bitch scares me. And I mean scares me. Let's go ahead and say thank you so much to Sophia. Shall we? All right, let's get to it. Who knows about Taylor Schabusiness? She is a psychopath. I can tell you what I know about her. She likes to, let's see, dismember people. She lies about where she puts their bodies. She does a lot of things. She has been diagnosed as everything up to here, okay? Up to here. She histrionic, psychotic, schizophrenic, bipolar, you name it. They can't find a diagnosis for her. Let's take a second and not attack anyone with an ink pen like she did to her attorney. Let's first tell everyone hello. And I've got a big announcement for you guys, a huge announcement. And we're back. So happy everyone is here. 61 people. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay. I tell you what, I'm gonna save this till the end. I'm going to save this to the end, our big announcement. Let's start with how crazy Schabusiness is. Okay? Between February 21st, 2022, and February 23rd, 2022, Shad Theron, a 24-year-old American man, was murdered and dismembered by his lover. Now, who would call her a lover? A lover. A lover. Would you call her a lover? I don't think I would. She was involved in an aggressive sexual relationship with Theron, admitted to strangling him to death during sexual intercourse. While they were both intoxicated with methamphetamine and prescription drugs. She continued to have sex with his body before dismembering, removing internal organs, and mutilating him. Now listen, ladies, we've all had our bad days, but have we ever even thought about something like that? Because I know I haven't. I mean, she hacked him up to nothing. And I mean nothing. She had him in paint buckets, my friends. She had him in paint buckets. She used his mom's kitchen knives. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Shad Theron, but I can tell you something right now. I have tried to use a dull knife in my kitchen, and I can tell you something right now. It doesn't even cut through a chicken. No, my friends, it does not. Does not work that way. So, wait till you see everything she's done. And we can actually do a follow-up show if you want, because she's something else. The last time she went to court, besides yesterday, they can't diagnose her. How can someone not be diagnosed? How can that not happen? Please tell me. Please tell me how that happens. Mark said, what in the Schabusiness is going on, crime? So let's look at this real quick. Sorry, I'm just learning how to use my camera.
A Wisconsin woman serving a life sentence for killing and dismembering her boyfriend will go on trial again this fall. Taylor Schabusiness has pleaded not guilty to charges of battery by a prisoner for allegedly attacking a nurse and an officer at a correctional facility where she was being housed while awaiting trial in 2023. She's also being charged as a repeat offender. The 27-year-old had public outbursts of violence as well.
All right, let's talk about that. The old boy that she attacked in the correctional facility a few months ago is a correctional officer. And he's a big old hunk of man, okay? Big old hunk of man. He couldn't take her down. She is a very strong woman. And how, I don't know. How does this happen? She continues attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking. I think she's freaking demonic. Okay, I think she's demonic. That is my true opinion. She tests negative for all the drugs, all the alcohol, everything in the world. What the fuck is going on with her? I mean, at one point, there was 5 big old dudes taking her down, and they got the dog shit whipped out of them.
The 27-year-old had public outbursts of violence as well, famously attacking her then attorney during a court hearing in February of 2023. Reports say during her most recent court appearance, she was restrained and heavily guarded. She was also issued a warning by the judge to behave. Her trial was set for October 27th and is expected to last 3 days. Schabusiness was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole in September 2023 for killing and decapitating her boyfriend in 2022. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara.
Yeah, well, Inside Edition wasn't there. I can tell you that right now, because she'll whip the dog shit out of anyone. I'm telling you. And they say they can't diagnose her. All right? We know with common kitchen tools, all right? Butter knives, spoons, regular steak knives you get from the Dollar Tree. She dismembered this man. I don't think she should be in the jail. Now, let's look at what she said after she called what she did to Shad a beautiful moment and romantic. Okay?
The bucket, I guess, where in the basement was that located?
As you go down the stairs, if you turn to the immediate right, it was at the bottom of the stairs to the right.
Was it in pretty close proximity to the stairs?
Yes.
After you made that observation, what did you do?
After I pulled the towel off,
Yes.
I had Officer Plunky come downstairs and just verify we had, in fact, found a human head in the bucket. And then we started to notify a supervisor and then ask for additional units.
And at that time, on February 23rd, 2022, did your department utilize body-worn cameras?
Yes.
Is that something that was operating on that day?
Yes.
And did you have the chance to review your body-worn camera prior to your testimony today?
Yes, I did.
If you were able to observe that here in court, would you be able to recognize it?
Yes, I'll be able to.
Okay.
Eek. Eek, eek, eek. First off, I want to say thank you so much to Mark T333. Thank you for being here. Okay. Thank you so much. And if you don't mind, we have a sponsor on our channel, my favorite restaurant. As you can see, here is my t-shirt. And I want everyone to put down the phone number for our sponsor. Okay. It's my favorite restaurant. And just please give it a like. And just remember, this person is a great person, okay?
It's cooking time with Cajun Ed. Hi, I'm Cajun Ed, and this is Cooking with Cajun Ed. It's the baking turducken segment. And just in case you don't know what a turducken is, it is a boneless turkey stuffed with a boneless duck and a boneless chicken, and it has stuffing in 3 different places inside, separating the meat. The one we're cooking today has pork sausage and cornbread dressing in it. If you order a turducken from us, then you're going to receive it in a styrofoam container like this. And when you get it, all you do is open it up and you take the turducken out of the styrofoam container. It comes in this white box and you put the white box in the freezer. 4 or 5 days before you're ready to cook it, you take this white box and you put it in the refrigerator. After the 4 or 5 days is up.
The phone number's up. Please give them a call, okay? We are the only channel that has ever had a sponsor that you get stuffed in 3 places. Don't call it a joke. It's the truth. Wait till you see this crazy bitch.
Okay. Did you both see this? I opened the towel, I picked up the towel and dropped it because I don't know what the fuck it is, man. I have bad vision. And she's like, is that what I think it is? I'm like, I don't fucking know. What the fuck is it?
Do you want to stay with those 2? I'm just going to see it.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
So right there. Look right, there's a bucket with a towel on it.
Just keep my eyes.
Okay. I'm going to the back of the case. When you hear his mother saying, there's a towel over it. There's a towel down there. And if this bothers you, I get it. And I mean, I get it. Because there is no way in hell, unless you are freaking demonic, you could do this. You could do this. She calls it romantic. She calls it part of her life. She calls it sex. When they described in court the bite marks on Shad's penis, she said, oh, that was consensual. When they brought her into court yesterday and they were chaining her down, guess what she said? Not necessary. That's not necessary. Okay. They bring her out looking like damn Hannibal Lecter. She's got a piece of plywood behind her. And they have to talk to her like she's a 4-year-old going to a party. Now, when you get there, please be nice, Schabusiness. Please be nice. Don't spit in anyone's eye. Please do not attack anyone with an ink pen. Please remember, you are restrained. You are restrained. You can't do anything. So please be nice. Just be nice, and we'll get through this. To be quite honest, she's only there in court from now on to listen. You know, her listening ears.
Dude, it is.
What? Here, want to go home there? I'll look at it. Oh my fucking god. This.
Come here.
Okay, well, hold on one second. Jeez. Oh.
Let's just. Okay. Hold on. Just. That's real, right?
That's real love.
Alcohol. I got 4 Ed 1 to 82 Sam. I know you're busy over there, but this is actually what it's going to be. It's not going to be a 961 thing or a 96 thing, so we're going to need more units here.
All right, these are very, very young officers. Okay, very young officers. And from there, when she got life in prison for dismembering Shad, she has attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked other people in the jail. Let me try to call my husband because he's been through this before, but not at this level. Hang on. Let's see what my husband's doing.
Hello?
Hey, we're talking about Taylor Schabusiness. So all the attacks that she's doing in prison, how come the prison guards can't keep up with her?
Keep up with her how? Like, you can't predict whenever she's going to attack.
Okay.
She has 24 hours a day to study everything that goes on inside that building and watch everybody what they do.
Mm-hmm.
She knows exactly when Officer X goes and takes a shit, or when Officer Y is watching his phone, or, well, he can't use the phone in jail, but, you know, she'll just take advantage of whenever she can. She's a predator.
So, I mean, what about her biting that woman on the neck? Why would someone like her, I mean, why would she bite someone on the neck?
I think she's truly demonic. That's why they can't diagnose her. I've seen that. I've seen that. I've dealt with it. I've dealt with inmates like that they have no superhuman strength.
Mm-hmm.
It takes three, 4 grown men to wrestle down a woman her size. She's not even big.
I mean, the dude that, I mean, she almost killed he's probably got about 50 pounds on you.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
You know, and people saying she didn't do it because they couldn't find any blood. Well, I mean, part of it is she drank it, and the other is there's a drain in the basement. They have a whole drain by the washer and dryer. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Too bad that state doesn't have a death penalty. They just need to put her down, get her out of society.
Well, she wants, well, we're going to get to that in a second. She wants 10 in the belt. But they're going to wind up giving her 90 days. And what she's going to get is like the Thorazine trip. And that's one thing she doesn't like. She does not like taking medication. They had her in handcuffs to where she had to take her medication. And then they said it was inhumane for her because she was choking on it.
Give injections. I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sexpot. I'm going to get back to my show, okay?
All right. Good job.
Oh, I got a good job.
Was that Fred one? No, for right now.
All right, now watch her blinking, and you're going to watch when, in the next segment, when the judge won't look her in the eyes. He's just like looking straight at the paperwork. That's all he's doing. He's like looking at the paperwork, and he doesn't want to talk to her. Okay? And again, she is crazy. They have a ton of diagnoses on her, but they can't decide on one. All right? She's not exactly what I would call a cookie cutter. All right? Like, you can't just call her a bitch. You can't just say, whew, man, she's out there. You can't just say, she needs to find Jesus. Listen, Jesus doesn't want her.
If we could get more units here sooner rather than later, that'd be appreciated. We've got quite a bit of blood down here. I want to clear this rest of this house. We've got 2 people in the house for sure.
And for the record, the entirety of Exhibit 2, approximately 5 minutes, 59 seconds, was played. Officer, having reviewed the exhibit, do you recognize the video that was depicted?
Yes, I do.
Does that appear to be consistent with your body-worn camera footage that you observed?
Yes, it is.
And does that appear to also be consistent with your recollection of the scene on Stony Brook Lane on February 23rd?
Correct.
I'd move Exhibit 2.
Any objection?
No objection.
Exhibit 2 will be received.
So, officer, I want to ask a few questions about that. When you arrived, which door to the residence did you enter through?
It would have been the side door off the driveway.
Okay. And was there a sort of
Okay, question. Anna, is she violent towards females too? Yeah, she tried to strangle someone with a shoestring. And then they had a whole meeting to try to figure out how Schabusiness got a shoestring. I couldn't imagine using a shoestring to do anything. But this all went down in his mother's house. And she put his body parts into buckets. But yeah, she's violent towards everyone. She's a homicidal maniac, in my unprofessional opinion. And the reason I do this show is because we know in Wisconsin, they are light on criminals. One is Warren Hare, 2 is Morgan Geyser, and then we have Schabusiness. And the minute that they let her around people, I love when people say, oh, good luck on you going to general population. That's the worst thing you can do. Because when you have that type of criminal intellect in you, you're going to fuck them all up. They bring her in looking like Hannibal damn Lecter. And Wisconsin doesn't use the death penalty. Fine by me, not my state. However, you got to have one or the other. Either you're locked up for life or you get the Thorazine shuffle every day.
And for the record, the entirety of Exhibit 2, approximately 5 minutes, 59 seconds was played. Officer, having reviewed the exhibit, do you recognize the video that was depicted?
Yes, I do.
Does that appear to be consistent with your body-worn camera footage that you observed?
Yes, it is.
And does that appear to also be consistent with your recollection of the scene on Stony Brook Lane on February 23rd?
Correct.
I'd move Exhibit 2.
Any objection?
No objection.
Exhibit 2 will be received.
So, officer, I want to ask a few questions about that. When you arrived, which door to the residence did you enter through?
Thank you, Lady May. She did say that. She wanted to take the stand. And in her initial comments, she said, when asked about the bite marks on his penis, she said yes for a while. Okay? And they found like bite marks on her legs and her ass. Here's the weirdest thing about it. The bite marks on her legs matched her own teeth. The ones on her ass match Shad. Okay? This is not something in a small town that White Wonder Bread over here comes across. Okay?
Been the side door off the driveway.
Okay. And was there a sort of a storm door that was a part of that door as well?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. After you observed the bucket, it appeared that you walked around the basement area of the residence. Is that right?
Yes, it did.
At that point, did you see any other parts of a human body?
No other parts of the human body, no.
Did you notice any areas of potential blood?
Yes.
And where was that?
Beyond the stack of mattresses, there appeared to be blood on the floor and then small chunks of human flesh.
In other areas of that basement, did you locate any obvious signs of blood?
There was a dried blood stain on the mattresses, and that was all that I remember seeing.
After you and Officer Plonky, was that the officer who is also depicted in that video?
Yes, it is.
Did other officers arrive on scene?
Yes.
And what did you and the other officers do at that point?
Sergeant Brester was next to arrive on scene. I kind of informed him of what we had up to this point and then what we needed to do next. We had two other officers responding. Once we got all the officers there that we needed, we conducted a protective sweep of the residence just to make sure there was no other people that we needed to know about, just to make sure that there was no other potential threats.
And you're the first officer to testify, so I'll ask you this because we've heard this term. What is a protective sweep?
It's not a search or anything like that. It's just conducting a sweep of the house just to make sure there's no other people hiding or no other threats.
So essentially a search for people?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than the towel that you lifted off the bucket, was any object moved or rummaged through by officers?
Not the initial responding officers, no.
Okay.
Well, they did, and they did, and they did, and they did. And they found torsos. They found a human head. They still cannot figure out how she did it, but they do know she did it alone. All right, then she is sentenced to life in prison. Okay? No possibility, no way, no how is she getting out. It's not going to happen. I mean, never, ever, ever, ever. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. But behind bars, she's almost like Wonder Woman. Like she convinces people to do things for her. This person, whatever you want to call her, Schabusiness, one thing she does is she will ask a correctional officer for an extra snack. She got a biscuit. Okay? A biscuit. Like this. Like a little biscuit. I don't mean like the big fluffy biscuits or a big piece of bread with like nice butter on it. No, she got like a little biscuit. And then she reported to the person that takes care of her, and she said that someone tempted her with extra food. And it went on and on and on and on. They found 300 ink pens. 300 ink pens in her mattress that is about this big. Okay, so now we get to this. She almost killed a correctional officer. Almost.
The court will call 24 CF 1048, State of Wisconsin versus Taylor Schabusiness appearances.
The state appears by Assistant District Attorney Tessa Button.
Your Honor, Attorney Christopher T. Freilich appears today with
Look at that shit she's sitting on. And she always does this. She goes, like she can't look around, like she doesn't understand. That looks like something you could build from plywood at a Tractor Supply. She is so nasty. She is so nasty. She acts like she shouldn't even be there. She knows what she did. And then they say she's not schizophrenic. Hey, whatever. Wouldn't that be easier? Isn't there medicine for that? And then when they put her in there, she goes, oh, no need. She didn't want to be chained down to the floor. Could you imagine being chained to the floor? Come on. And they're always giving her an attorney, except for the ones that have gone to the damn hospital.
the defendant Taylor D. Schabusiness.
All right, this matter is set for a sentencing hearing today. Previously, Ms. Schabusiness had entered a plea to an amended count of disorderly conduct. We then set it for a sentencing hearing today. Is the state prepared to proceed to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Button, are we in compliance with victims' rights?
We are.
All right. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do intend to play the video. If you give me just one moment here.
Sure.
Make sure the sound's working.
Can you see
You're in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. Oh, you're not? What is that in your ears? What is that? I'm telling you, I will give her this woman credit. She is very creative. Very creative. For sure. Now, stop presenting. Stop! Stop projecting! No!
Okay, just watch the body, just watch the body cam, because I'm telling you something right now. She said this woman's creative, everyone's against her, all those things, all the things, everything. And she's sitting back, chained up like an animal, and it looks like she's enjoying it. She like squints her eyes. You can see her like just squint her eyes like, what? What? What's going on here? What's going on here? And they bring her in and she starts fighting them. And she's like a rabid damn dog.
It's working.
You're in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. Oh, you're not? What is that in your ears? What is I'm telling you, I will give her this woman credit. She is very creative. Very creative. For sure. Now, stop resisting! Stop! Stop resisting! No! What's being deployed? North Room between RHO.
DJ Moore said, I think I dated her. Crazy. Seems my track record. Let's give a round of applause to DJ for getting out of that situation, please.
Stop! Stop resisting! The other way.
I want everyone to please pay attention to how many people it took, even after the shots they gave her, to put her down. Okay? It took a lot. She's a different type of crazy. This is in a medical room, okay? They weighed the bitch. They did everything after what she did to the correctional officer.
Stop resisting! Stop! Stop resisting! No! Yes, no! Spray her! Spray her! Spray what's being deployed! North Room between RHO. Stop! Stop resisting! The other way.
And I'm going to give the jump drive to the clerk so that can be part of the record. And I apologize, I did stop this at 2:35 and I started.
Okay, so they said her pulse was at 73 and her blood pressure was that of a toddler's. How does that happen? Can someone explain it to me? What the hell is going on? They have everything reported from the medical staff. And who lets a psycho like that alone with medical staff after she almost killed a person? And she's sitting there like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What happened?
Did it at approximately, it was about 2:33 or so.
All right.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's somebody else for a different case.
Am I the only one that feels bad for the attorney that had to show up with her when she comes in wrapped up like Hannibal freaking Lecter, and they're explaining her her vital signs, saying she was absolutely fine, and he leans over, you're just misunderstood. He doesn't want to be attacked. Okay? That's what's happening. Okie doke. I love how the guy pushed her up and said, okay. And he like leans over. Just want to make sure that you understand. And this is not the attorney that she beat the dog shit out of, okay? This is not the one when she ripped up the entire courthouse, the courtroom, okay? My goodness.
As far as argument, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what was that, Judge?
Your argument.
Thank you. Obviously, when we look at these kinds of cases as it relates to violence within prisons and jails, they are serious, whether it be violence toward other inmates or correctional staff. Other staff deserve to be able to go to work without being injured and without being scared of being injured. And I know the victim in this matter wanted me to inform the court that as a result of this, she was not able to return to work due to some injuries that were obtained as a result of the incident with Ms. Schabusiness, and that due to the long-term effects, it would have been.
Are you kidding me? The dude got his ass whipped. Yeah, everyone calls me Brooks. Everyone calls me Brooks. Don't worry about that. His ass got beat. I couldn't imagine. How did he get away from her? And that's a true question. I'm asking all of you. Melanie, Lisa, Robin, Mark, Kat, Susan, how do you get away from her? I think I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to put Susan into a correctional uniform, and I'm going to be I'm going to be Schabusiness, and we'll do a cage match. Okay? Let's try it that way. Anders said, was it Brooks that asked Stacey if he had threesomes? No, that wasn't me. No. If you find it, send it to me.
Thank you. No, that's just this. That's nothing in our case. As far as argument, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what was that, Judge?
Your argument.
Thank you. Obviously, when we look at these kinds of cases as it relates to violence within prisons and jails, they are serious, whether it be violence toward other inmates or correctional staff. Other staff deserve to be able to go to work without being injured and without being scared of being injured. And I know the victim in this matter wanted me to inform the court that as a result of this, she was not able to return to work due to some injuries that were obtained as a result of the incident with Ms. Schabusiness, and that due to the long-term effects, it would have been able to affect her being able to do her job as a corrections officer. And so she wanted me to share that with the court, that as a result, she was not able to return to work. And so it is serious when we look at that. Obviously, with Ms. Schabusiness's background as it relates to the fact that she is in prison for life due to a first-degree intentional homicide conviction out of Brown County from 2023, as well as mutilation of a corpse and third-degree sexual assault. Any sentence she receives here essentially
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Mutilation of a corpse and third-degree sexual assault. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you know what third-degree sexual assault is? That's on dead people. Okay, that's on dead people. Like the bite marks on Chad's pee-pee.
She's already in prison for life, so it's not as though it would add essentially additional time. However, it does need to send a message that whether you're in prison for life, whether you're not in prison for life, that violence against staff members in prison, violence against other inmates will not be tolerated. And so I would ask the court to impose a 90-day jail sentence. That's the max. Whether it's consecutive or concurrent, obviously she's in prison for life. But when we look at the seriousness of this, I think it's important to send that message. And so other convictions include felony fleeing, resisting, obstructing from 2020, and a 2020 conviction for battery or threat to a law enforcement officer. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Freilich.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Did they mention when she took his head out of the bucket and she sat on his head? Did they mention that? I mean, think about it. Did they think about it? And the 90 days is only in a psych center. That's it. And that's what she doesn't want. She does not want the Thorazine shuffle. She doesn't want it. She does not want to sit there with people that she considers incompetent. She knows when she goes there, she is going to get shot up and restrained. She doesn't want that. Just like when she was made to take her medication. What did they say? Her attorneys. It was unfair to her because she didn't want to take it. Well, if she didn't want to take it, so be it. And the thing is, she has all the answers, but she is violent. She is so violent. If I put her at Smoking Guns right now with my husband, Mark Wayne Mullins, and any wrestler around here or boxer, guess what's going to happen? She's going to win. The bitch is crazy. And Mark, what are you talking about? Who lost their job about something they said? What are you talking about? I just happened to see that. Well, I don't think anyone lost their job because of me, but let's go.
Taylor Schabusiness, I believe, is 28 years old. She was born in Evanston, Illinois, moved with family to Green Bay, Wisconsin in 2008. I believe in 2021, she lived with her grandparents and then came back to Wisconsin in January of 2022. I think Taylor Schabusiness is of average intelligence. I think she's got adequate written and verbal skills. I think she can think and act on her own. She did attend Bayport High School from September of 2012 to December of 2014 in Green Bay. Then she went to live with her grandparents and went to high school at Cotulla High School in Texas from January of 2015 to June of 2016, and she graduated. She excelled in science. She liked economics. She liked physical education, social studies. She's had different jobs in the past, notably Saputo Cheese from 2017 to 2020. I know that she told me that she was certified as a forklift driver, and she worked in the sanitation department for some different companies. Obviously, at this time, she's serving out a life sentence at Tachita Correctional Institution. Now that she's off of drugs, I think that she's able to think a lot more clearly. I think she's sober, and I think she's able to maybe possibly participate in some programming. I think she's a dual diagnosis person, Your Honor.
OMG. Watch her face when he talks. She's a dual diagnosis personality. And I think she can participate in programs. They tried that. They even tried to help the bitch sit there and work in the prison laundry. What the hell is going on? Watch her face.
Saputo Cheese from 2017 to 2020. I know that she told me that she was certified as a forklift driver, and she worked in the sanitation department for some different companies. Obviously, at this time, she's serving out a life sentence at Tachita Correctional Institution. Now that she's off of drugs, I think that she's able to think a lot more clearly. I think she's sober, and I think she's able to maybe possibly participate in some programming. I think she's a dual diagnosis person, Your Honor. I think she's got some severe mental health issues, and she's got some severe AODA issues or drug addiction issues. And she could.
Excuse me, how? Excuse me, how? She took a class. She watched a video about how to move around in the yard with forklift. They won't let her out there. And let me tell you something right now. Every time they drug test her, she pisses clean. Okay? The sad fact of the matter is, when she actually is around other people, she refuses to eat.
Benefit from some treatment. I believe that she's been in custody since February 22nd of 2022. She's had a lot of time here to be sober, be drug-free, be free from the grips of meth. I know that she's got a lot of family in Texas and Ohio that care about her. And I think my client does want to become a better person. Certainly, whatever happened here at the correctional facility was difficult, was inappropriate on her part, but July 24th, 2024, she asked for access to care because of a staple in her arm. I don't know how that happened, how that got there. And then a nurse came in.
The staple in her arm is because that's the only thing that the person had to defend themselves against her. Jennifer said, I think she's evil, maybe even possessed. Just look at her. Okay. Many will say that she did it to herself, considering she's right-handed, but she said that someone else did it to her.
a lot of family in Texas and Ohio that care about her. And I think my client does want to become a better person. Certainly, whatever happened here at the correctional facility was difficult, was inappropriate on her part. But July 24th, 2024, she asked for access to care because of a staple in her arm. I don't know how that happened, how that got there. And then a nurse came in and she was told that she got to get up on the table in the medical room. And then at some point, the tray was grabbed. My client was then pushed to the floor. She told me that she had OC spray in her face. But regardless of what happened here, I think my client realizes that she could have avoided this and she should have handled things a lot more.
Okay. So when she was in a controlled environment, she had OC spray put in her face. Okay. And the attorney's like, and I don't know how that happened. Well, they know. Trust me, not everyone is picking on Schabusiness. Not everyone is picking on Schabusiness. They want her to serve out her life behind bars. Hey, Boston. And just calm down and take her medication. That's it. And so when she got the spray put on her, guess what happened? She filed a suit against the jail, and it's still pending with the state of Wisconsin.
Differently, but this lady she's been through a lot in her life. I know that she struggles with the loss of her mom, Marla, who passed away in 2009, and she had a brother, Arturo J. Coronado, AJ. He died in a motorcycle accident, I think in July of 2022. So, and I looked at all kinds of other records from the prior case and from this case. I think my client does have some depression issues, some other mental health issues that, she needs a professional to help her work through. I think she needs some treatment. I think she's got maybe some PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't think she's a throwaway. I think she's someone who needs some attention. And I know that I think counseling can help her overcome some of the maybe anger issues and other issues that she has going on in her life. But I think she did get scared. I think she was afraid when the nurse started to take that staple out of her arm. And I think my client knows that she should not have done what she did. But, when a staple or stitches or anything is removed from your arm, it could cause pain. And it may have been a reaction to pain, not really sure. But the resolution here has been a disorderly conduct misdemeanor offense. I'd ask for you to consider 10 days jail, concurrent to any other sentence, and pay court costs. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Business, you have a right to address the court. It's called your right of allocution. Is there anything you want to tell the court before you pronounce sentence?
Well, I ain't no reason, and I didn't mean to go off on that like that at all. And I'm sorry for that, how it came off like that. It didn't mean to happen that way, and it shouldn't have. And I should get 10 days at least on the bracelet or something like that.
Okie doke. Does anyone think that she should only get 10 days on the bracelet or the belt? Or what do you think? Because I believe that they're talking about harder time. All right? And that's the truth. And that's the truth. She wants 10 days. Okay, let me ask everyone in here. Would you take 10 days for something you didn't do? whatever it is. Just listen to her.
Take that staple out of her arm. And I think my client knows that she should not have done what she did. But, when a staple or stitches or anything is removed from your arm, it could cause pain, and it may have been a reaction to pain, not really sure. But the resolution here has been a disorderly conduct misdemeanor offense. I'd ask for you to consider 10 days jail, concurrent to any other sentence, and pay court costs. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Business, you have a right to address the court. It's called your right of allocution. Is there anything you want to tell the court before you pronounce sentence?
Well, I ain't no reason. And I didn't mean to go off.
She's done it more than once. Look at the chair she's in. Okay? She could have killed that man. She could have killed that man. She could have killed all the others. So you think that you have her strapped up like Hannibal Lecter, it's going to make everything fine? And of course, there's a court-appointed attorney that is cool sitting by her. I wouldn't, knowing that she used a butter knife to cut off a man's head, and don't prove me wrong. That's the truth. She did. She bites at people's private parts. She let's see what else she did. She has a stash of ink pens to make sure that she has something to hurt people with if she needs to. I've got an ink pen right here. I couldn't imagine hurting somebody with it. No. They have to contain her to take her medication, and then it's unconstitutional because she has a right to not take it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just say it's a very strange question to ask. Let's just say that we have a child that's mixed up in something. And let's just say weed, okay? And they're in the same jail as that piece of shit. You're not talking about the same type of people, okay? Because we're dealing with crazy. We're dealing with a homicidal maniac, okay? That's what we're dealing with.
I think counseling can help her overcome some of the maybe the anger issues and other issues that she has going on in her life. But I think she did get scared. I think she was afraid when the nurse started to take that staple out of her arm. And I think my client knows that she should not have done what she did. But, when a staple or stitches or anything is removed from your arm, it could cause pain, and it may have been a reaction to pain, not really sure. But the resolution here has been a disorderly conduct misdemeanor offense. I'd ask for you to consider 10 days jail, concurrent to any other sentence, and pay court costs. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Schabusiness, you have a right to address the court. It's called your right of allocution. Is there anything you want to tell the court before you pronounce sentence?
Well, I ain't no reason, and I didn't mean to go off on that like that at all. And I'm sorry for that, how it came off like that. It didn't mean to happen that way.
Okay, my question to everyone else, why is she speaking in that accent? That's not how she talks. Okay? She's squinting her eyes and she is talking. I don't want to be labeled again as a racist, but she's trying to speak as a black person. Okay? She's trying to speak gang. However, in the first interview, she didn't speak that way. Okay? But now, she's using a totally different mannerism. And she's acting all or saying things. Thank you, Boston. Something I didn't want to say myself because she's crazy as hell. Exactly. Exactly. And she's talking about places around Wisconsin and Chicago she's never been to. But she, like she said, she could beat a bitch's ass anywhere in that jail. Anywhere in Wisconsin.
Pay court costs. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Schabusiness, you have a right to address the court. It's called your right of allocution. Is there anything you want to tell the court before you pronounce sentence?
Well, I ain't no reason, and I didn't mean to go off on that like that at all. And
by the way, they bleeped out a word. No one said she is a retard. She's actually exceptionally intelligent. Go figure. Go figure. Go figure. She truly is. You want to know the languages she has picked up in the jail? She's sitting there that looks like something that was made from a lumberyard. But she knows many languages. CM said she's mimicking. She's mimicking. She's mimicking. So she speaks in a certain way when she's trying to do something to make herself look like she's just off the streets. But her IQ is very high. Okay? Very high. Now, I want to ask you something. Why on earth? Well, we'll get to it in a second.
For you to consider 10 days jail, concurrent to any other sentence, and pay court costs. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Schabusiness, you have a right to address the court. It's called your right of allocution. Is there anything you want to tell the court before you pronounce sentence?
well, I ain't no reason, and I didn't mean to go off on that like that at all. And I'm sorry for that, how it came off like that. It didn't mean to happen that way, and it shouldn't have. And I should get 10 days at least on the bracelet or something like that.
All right. The court is supposed to consider three things at sentencing: the seriousness of the offense, the need to protect the public, and your character, what kind of treatment needs that you may have. As far as the seriousness of the offense goes, it's a assaultive behavior in a confined setting, in a prison setting. It's serious for that. It was amended down to disorderly conduct. I think that amendment probably adequately addresses the facts of the case and takes into consideration your agreement to enter a plea to that count. But again, it's serious because the incident happens in what should be a secure setting. Not only is it a place that people are being housed, taken from society, but there's COs that work there. There's medical staff that works there. There's social workers that work there, and they should be protected as well. The need to protect the public, mission, business. Due to your current situation, the public at whole maybe doesn't need to be protected from you. But as I said, the other inmates and the workers at Tachita, they should be protected from you. And so this kind of behavior is inappropriate, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous to yourself as well. You could have been hurt, seriously injured, or...
Okay, she will say something different. Okay, she follows something that I can't figure out, and I shouldn't show it to you. Let me show you real quick. If you don't want to look, don't look. I totally understand. She follows this man, and it's demons that correct the father's Latin.
How long has this been happening?
I don't have a fear of evil. I'm a convert from atheism, so my fear is being separated from God. How about doing an exorcism and you're reading the ritual and the demon is saying the words along with you and correcting your Latin?
All right. Okie doke. But she's a very, very dangerous person. I don't think she's crazy. I think she might be possessed.
Secure setting. Not only is it a place that people are being housed, taken from society, but there's COs that work there. There's medical staff that works there. There's social workers that work there, and they should be protected as well. The need to protect the public, mission, business. Due to your current situation, the public at whole maybe doesn't need to be protected from you. But as I said, the other inmates and the workers at Tachita, they should be protected from you. And so this kind of behavior is inappropriate.
Okay, the judge won't look at her. He has got basically the National Guard around him. Okay? And he said, you are a danger to everyone around you. And maybe you're a danger to yourself. He's scared shitless. Okay? What in the hell is going on here? You know how many nurses would not see her? Let me tell you what, nurses have shit work. They do. Because no one is going to see her.
And it's dangerous. It's dangerous to yourself as well. You could have been hurt, seriously injured, or anybody else that's involved in the situation. I do know you're here to take responsibility for your actions. I give you credit for that. I think that goes to your character. I also think that your willingness to accept responsibility played a part in the state's amendment from a felony to a misdemeanor. And so I think that's addressed in that regard. Given all that, given the maximum penalty you face potentially is 90 days in jail or $1,000 fine, the court does find a maximum sentence is probably appropriate. The court will sentence you to 90 days in the Fond du Lac County Jail. That'll be consecutive to any other sentence. Ms. Schabusiness, you have a right to appeal my decision. You go over that with your attorney. I would just ask you to sign that paperwork and file it with the court before you leave. I don't believe that she would have any credit. Is that correct, Mr. Freilich?
That's correct, Rob.
Given she's serving a sentence. Okay.
Yes.
Credits for what? She tried to kill 13 people in jail. She's tried to kill 13 people in jail. And she's following this guy. She got her freaking, she got everything cut off. She has no letters brought back. Nothing.
Shocking external thing you've witnessed. That if you were to share it with the average man on the street, they would say, I'm sorry, there's no way that.
You know, they're picking up a human being and tossing a human being across the room, like as if it's like sheer nothing, like in a quarter of a second, this huge human being is being thrown across the room. A 300-pound man being thrown clear across a very large room, does a flip in the air. That was the same session where I was hit in the head, and he came off scot-free. I came off needing hospitalization.
Yeah. What about levitations? What is that? How does that? I mean, do you see that at first? The first time you look at it, you go, okay, something's going on. I'm not really seeing what I'm seeing.
No, I mean, it hits you for what it is. Okay, the devil is.
Tell me how she took down 5 people in the courtroom that are the same size as my husband. Okay? You can't go to court unless you are totally cleaned in your system.
Here. So if there was any doubt in your mind, is there really a possession here? Okay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It just becomes for us matter of fact, like, okay, so the laws of nature have here been suspended. And so you move on, right? You move on to now getting rid of the demon here.
I've heard that another identifier that somebody's possessed is their knowledge of languages they shouldn't have access to. Is that true in your experience?
Languages they've never been taught, correct? Yeah. Like not knowing a word or two or a couple of sentences, but perfect fluency. Perfect. So how about this? How about doing an exorcism and you're reading the ritual and the demon is saying the words along with you and correcting your Latin?
Oh, no.
So anything to get on the inside, anything to get into your head.
Okay, Boston said they are definitely studying her brain when the time comes. Guess what? Her brain, her MRI is perfect. Okay? Perfect. She has the MRI of a newborn baby.
Ed.
So you're reading it and he's reading it along with you, not after you, as if the person hears you.
Knows it by heart. No, that's not the way you say it, you stupid priest. This is the way you say it. Get it right.
Yeah, I would evacuate my entire...
I would pee myself.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it's you and not me.
But again, by the 8th time, by the 88th time.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I get it.
So
it's fair enough.
Given indefinite time.
Yeah, you're stuck getting bored. What else you got?
You start getting bored. And that's what the
Don't
demonic
ask that
power,
question.
at the end of the day, the demonic power
How much worse can it get? Shh, don't ask that.
becomes boring.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the demonic power becomes boring. What always is intriguing is what he is to get into his thinking and to determine what is he really after.
Hey, thank you.
So what's going on? How does one woman take over all these people, dismember a man, and put everything in in buckets in his basement? And then on top of that, use his mother's kitchen tools. Now watch what she does when she leaves.
Is 90 days in jail or $1,000 fine. The court does find a maximum sentence is probably appropriate. The court will sentence you to 90 days in the Fond du Lac County Jail. That'll be consecutive to any other sentence. Ms. Schabusiness, you have a right to appeal my decision. You go over that with your attorney. I would just ask you to sign that paperwork and file it with the court before you leave. I don't believe that she would have any credit. Is that correct, Mr. Freilich?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Given she's serving a sentence. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Freilich, anything?
No, nothing further.
Ms. Schabusiness, do you understand your sentence? Do you have any questions about it?
I'll do the 90 days.
Okay. I would just ask you, Mr. Freilich, if you'll go over the appeal paper with her and file it with the court before you leave, okay?
I will, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
A Wisconsin woman.
And when she comes out, she's flipping out. She's flipping off everyone, flipping them off. But the one thing she didn't do is try to eat someone. And she honestly didn't try to attack anyone with an ink pen. She's a different type of critter, I'm telling you. She can't have any communication from the real world. She can't have it. If she did, they said that would put people in harm's way. Get on, OJ. So if you guys want to continue talking about Schabusiness, let me know. Because what she did when she walked out, she goes, didn't even do it right. That's it. That's all she did. But she was trying to be polite. And she has, Sophia said, yes, please. And she said, please. Okie doke. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, she did this. Not the right way. I can't do it the right way. Hang on. You do it that way. But she is, I don't know if she's, I know that Dorothy Lewis has studied her for a long time and had a lot of conversations with her. The thing is, they can't diagnose it. They can't diagnose her. That's all they could say. They can't. Well, it looks like I have got to go wash my hair because, as you can see, it's got to be done. I didn't. Boston said, show the attacks in the courtroom. I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. So I hope you all have the great rest of your day and get ready for tomorrow because I promise it's going to be quite intriguing. I mean, at least for me. At least for me. Does anyone want to see OJ real quick? Anyone? Let me get him real quick. Because he's the best kitty to me. Oh. Fat ass, where are you at? Oh, my kitty. Oh, here he is. He's the best kitty in the world. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought he was in the cat tower. So we're just going to say bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And don't forget, we have a sponsor now if you guys order, and that is Cajun Ed's. Okay?
It's cooking time with Cajun Ed. Hi, I'm Cajun Ed, and this is Cooking with Cajun Ed. It's the baking turducken segment. And just in case you don't know what a turducken is, it is a boneless turkey stuffed with a boneless duck and a boneless chicken, and it has stuffing in 3 different places inside separating the meat. The one we're cooking today has pork sausage and cornbread dressing in it. If you order a turducken from us, then you're going to receive it in a styrofoam container like this. And when you get it, all you do is open it up and you take the turducken out of the styrofoam container. It comes in this white box and you put the white box in the freezer. 4 or 5 days before you're ready to cook it, you take this white box and you put it in the refrigerator. After the 4 or 5 days is up,